Hey guys, it's Samuel back with Bluegrass Backcountry Music. I am in Elkhorn City, Kentucky, about to attempt to hike through the Birch Knob section of the Pine Mountain Trail. It's about 26.7 miles heading southwest towards Jenkins, Kentucky. Hey, before I start, hit that like and subscribe button if you support this content. Let's get it going. Come upon the sign. You're going to want to head left down the last little stretch of this paved road, and that'll take you to the trailhead. Walk down that road, you turn right, and here is the first of those shiny yellow blazes, followed by what looks like Olympic National Park. Nothing like seeing a native redbud in the piney woods. Now this is something to behold. Just like a garden full of rocks that are just covered in this lush green moss. It's crazy. Wonderful. As I continue to climb up, this is the second set of yellow gates that I've seen. I guess they lower them when the trail's closed. It's a good thing they're pointing upward, where I would have driven 3 hours for not very much. The trails felt less like a trail and more like a washed out creek bed, having to maneuver all this running water along with uneven rocks and everything else. All right, one of the things I'm trying to be more perceptive with is my feet on the trail. I think I spent the first part of my hiking life just going full steam ahead, not caring if there were rocks or dips in the trail, and you know, I could turn and twist my ankle and get up the next day and it'd be fine. But now that I'm in my mid-20s, man, it hurts the next day. So I'm trying to be more present of where I put my foot. Couple of observations so far. Not sure if this section is less enforced than the Highland section, but all of this flooding, I feel pretty certain it's due to ATV activity, like you can see in those tracks right there. I know this is supposed to be a nature preserve, which all automobile traffic is supposed to be prohibited. And then the other thing is I have seen about 100 beer cans and beer bottles along the trail, which is very unfortunate. I'm going to assume the best in people and say that they got blown up here, but we are 1,000 feet up off the ground, so I have a feeling that people are being unkind to the land. That's too bad. This is a very interesting tree. I've never seen rings that grow sideways like that. And it just continues on up the top of the trunk. Let me know what you think that is. Well, this is interesting. Go from that as the trail to a pretty well graded gravel road. It is not unwelcome. I mean, it's like some grade 3 or 4 rock. It's pretty thick. What? How does that even happen? Looks to be some remnants of a rock fence, and then you got these piled up structures there and back there as well. Let me know if you know what that is. Now this is a view to come out on. That's incredible. All right, once you come past that wonderful overlook, you come upon another service road, and the blazes take you left right there. Now everything's brown, and it's like there's some clear cutting there, but this is the trail. This is very similar to the Highland section. You would walk along the ridge line of sandstone, so we'll see if we can get some worth it overlook soon. I'm assuming this means state line, but that overlook with that awesome rock facing, I'm now on that side of the mountain, and boy, just turning a little bit to the left, it gets pretty sad. Well, this is interesting. America, I guess. I can't believe how foggy this is. This has got to be foggiest conditions I have ever hiked in. I've already had to put on another layer because I've gotten chilled. It's probably feels colder than the mid 40s that they called for today. I'm starting to question whether I really want to go down and back. I don't know why I was suddenly forgetful that the Pine Mountain Trail kicks your tail, man. This rain, oh, doesn't even feel like rain, or sound like rain, sorry. Sounds like sleet. It's hitting those tree limbs awfully hard like. I was mistaken, it's not sleet, it's rain that is hitting these electricity cables on this tower. Gosh, this is the second time I have been on the Pine Mountain Trail where I've heard this extraterrestrial sound. And do I really have to go under this? There is no visibility right now. I mean, absolutely none. Gosh, this scares the living daylight out of me. The blaze literally says it's right there. Oh crap. if you want to go see something called Natural Bridge Ledge, it is off on the left-hand side of the blazed trail, but I think I'm going to skip it. Apparently I'm at Rock House. I was trying to look for water. It says limestone cavern was said to be the source of seven different sulfur springs. I've descended way more than I wanted to, but hopefully this will be worth it to get some water. This just screams bear abode all over it. I need the water, but I am ready to get out of here. I'm frightened, to say the least. I'm glad the clouds have blown away enough to get more of this overlook. It's great. Makes me slightly forget how difficult it was to get that water. Essentially, these signs are saying that there was a still house between camps in Kentucky and Virginia, and then mule teams and wagons carried supplies between Virginia and Kentucky. So a little bit of history here. Here's another print that I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know if you can see that. All right, I'm at Henry and Armony Mullins home site. This is an interesting little piece of history right here. It says Dutton Hollow Farm, scene of the murder of Henry Mullins. One day when Pridemore Fleming was sheriff of Dickerson County, he and some other men made a raid in the vicinity of Blowing Rock Gap, which was just before where I had came. They found some moonshine near George Dutton on Cane Creek, it's around here, and proceeded to drink a lot of it. While in this condition, they approached the home of Henry Mullins. They found a jar of moonshine just on the Virginia side and accosted Henry about it. He denied any knowledge of it being on his place, and one of the posse, Seth Hill, shot him dead. Since the shooting happened in Kentucky, the trial for this murder was held at Pikeville. Hill was something, I couldn't, the sign's messed up, but wow, this is interesting. Haunting. I got shot up here. Continuing up the ridge, and then you come upon this sign that says Jenny Rose, named for Jenny Rose, who once lived on Jenny Falls, who lived on the branch. I think the trail's that way. I'm skipping it, unfortunately. These rocks are very cool. Oh, praise the Lord above. There it is. Look, they even have a outhouse. How thoughtful. Let's go. Birch Knob Shelter. Even has a little welcome sign. Now the question is, do I sleep in there and risk something coming in at night, or do I pitch my tent somewhere out here? Decisions. So, guess I am heading to Jenny Falls to get water. I can't go without it. I got to that shelter like 5:15. So I did like 13.25 miles in 8 hours. So it's under my ideal 2 miles an hour pace, but also had a detour with dropping like 400 feet to get water. So man, this Pine Mountain Trail's no joke. If you think that you're ready, you're not. I don't think anybody's ever ready. So yeah, I don't know if this is the actual Jenny Falls, but I am grateful for a pool of water. It's amazing how far you have to travel down to get water on this trail. It's insane. Shelteau is way easier in terms of there being water just right there on the trail a lot of the times. Here's my setup for the night. Can't say I'm got to the point where I'm comfortable with shelters with the opening, even though that Dyneema is like paper thin and a creature could slice through it. It still gives me that peace of mind, you know. Alright, I have sweat through every orifice of my body. I'm ready to sit down and cook some food. Didn't get any video eating because I was just trying to wolf stuff down, but it's been a quiet and it is getting colder evening, but the sunset is lovely, and I've got my bear bag already taken care of. Now all I gotta do is brush my teeth, put my backpack up, and get in the bed.